There was a time in my life from about 14, 15 years old to 18 where no one in my family liked me. It's just that feeling where anything that happens, anything that they arrange, they don't really want you to go. They don't ask you to go, especially your siblings, your mom or dad. They might just ask you because they know they have to and it's their job as parents. But from about 15 to 18 years old, I was the sibling that was not popular at all in the family. And the reason why is because I was a complete dickhead. I was nasty towards my older sister. I'd call her names, anything I could find, or nitpick on her appearance, on what she was doing, on my mom's appearance, what she was doing, anything. I would make it known. I could never shut up, and I would never hold my tongue. I had a very, very nasty tongue, and I would just always let it go. And the reason why all this, who I was from that point, at that point in my life, I was that person because I was unhappy. I was unhappy for many reasons. I was not confident in who I was as a person. I wasn't happy with where I was living. I wasn't happy with anything that was going on in my life. For a little context, we moved from Germany to America when I was 14. And in Germany, I was the coolest kid. I had so many friends. I was happy. I was in school. I was doing social events, always hanging out with people, playing soccer. And then we came to America in middle school, and I hated my life. I went from the popular cool kid to the outcast to hiding in the hallways during lunch so no one would see me. I had massive insecurity issues when we moved to America. And another big part of that is because we moved to a trailer park. My mom had no money when we first moved here, nothing. And so me being in a trailer park and never really having that lifestyle of being scared for money and not worrying about food on the table and all these things, it made me super insecure. I remember the bus stop right by our house. There'd be two trailer parks lined up, but behind it, there was like a nice neighborhood. And I was so ashamed that after we got off the bus stop, I would literally walk all the way around just so the kids on the bus wouldn't see me walk to the trailer park. And even at soccer practice, when I first started playing soccer when I moved here, I was so ashamed of living in a trailer park that I would do the same exact thing. Anytime going to practice, I would be looking for cars driving by to make sure none of my teammates saw me coming from there. It was bad. This one time, I never wanted my teammates to drive me home, and I would get so mad at my mom if she couldn't pick me up, because I'd be like, Mom, what the like, you can't pick me up from the game. Like, I don't want them to take me home. I don't want anyone to see me walking home. Like, I would lash out at my mom because she couldn't take me home from the soccer game, even though it was like a 12, 15-minute walk. And this one time, she couldn't make it. I was so annoyed at her, and my teammate offered to drive me, and I was like, no. I was worried. I was so worried, guys. 14, 15 on me was so worried because they finally caught me. They were going to drive me home. And instead of letting them drive me to my trailer park, I made up a lie where I lived. I told them to go into the nice neighborhood. I literally got out of the car in front of a random home, walked up to the door, praying that they would drive away before I had to knock on the door. That's how bad my insecurity was. And all these factors that I just kind of mentioned, they led me to being super unhappy and hateful, very hateful. I was a hateful person, hateful kid, and it wasn't good for anyone. But as I went through this, and as I sit here now as a changed person, as someone who's very self-aware of what the bad thing is, what not to do in your life, and what not to say, and how to be positive, and, make people want to be around you, I just realized that the most important thing you can do in your life is self-reflect daily. What helped me get out of that is, first of all, going to college. I left the place that gave me all this insecurity, all this hate, all this unhappiness, and I found myself in college. And what I realized in college is that the number one thing you have to do is self-reflect every day. I would think about what made my family dislike me. If there are people, a few people even, saying the same thing about you, and you're not letting, and it's going one ear out of the other, and you're not actually letting it simmer and think, maybe this is true. Maybe it's right what these people are saying. It's not a coincidence when 2, 3, 4, 5 people inside your close circle are all saying the same thing about you. And if that's the case, you need to seriously self-reflect. And I'm not sure why, but I would say almost 80% of people they don't have the ability to self-reflect or the ability to change their personality or their character for the better. The number one reason why you're hateful and you're not fun to be around and people don't want to be around you, don't have that many friends, is because you're unhappy. And the unhappy version of you is not a fun person to be around. I was that same exact person. And to get out of it, I had to leave my surroundings that made me who I was. And I had to self-reflect a lot. What happened? Why was I this person? How could I even become that way? To this day, I'm like, that was me. Where would my life be if I never changed? I would be the biggest piece of shit right now. I can't even comprehend it. And the fact that, a lot of people, maybe you, maybe not, you're unhappy in life, you're not achieving your goals, you're distracting yourself with YouTube, TV, whatever, so you don't have to think about what's happening in your life. It's sad. It's a sad way to live. It's the same thing for people that want to better their physique, like go to the gym or just look better, but they decide to take the easy way and just not think about it and avoid it all. Avoiding the problems that you have, whether it's how you act or how you look, I don't know. I mean, I can't relate anymore because I have self-reflected so much. And all I can say to you is think about yourself. Don't avoid it. You have to think about who you are every single day. Think about what people are saying. Think about what's the common consensus about you as a person. And then think about it. Try and work on it. Every day is a day to self-reflect about what you need to do better in. And it's really not that hard as long as you're not delusional. So many people will take all this criticism and just blame it on everyone else. No, they're wrong. No. All these people, what they're saying, they're just delusional. They're wrong. No. You're the one who clearly has the issues when everyone is saying the same thing about you. For me personally, it's just coming from that side to being here now. It's just such a long road, and it's something that I find so important. And I see it so often. People just aren't happy, and people aren't the best version of themselves, the happy version of themselves, the motivated version. And I don't get the concept, Are humans really that different that one person can be okay with being 400 pounds or be okay with being the most hated person in their family or everyone just dislikes them? I just don't see how some people can be okay with that. And then I or other people as well, we try to be better every single day, and we just can't accept anything less than trying to be our best. It's just, the contrast really boggles my mind. Let's take, for example, a girl who's 300 pounds. Whether she's happy she's 300 pounds or not, she still knows it. It's in your mind. When I used to be super skinny, it would be on my mind every day. People would say, you have skinny arms, noodle arms, this girl could beat you up, you're a loser, you're a wimp. And so every day it was on my mind. It ate me alive. And so I made change. But does it eat these people alive that they are overweight or that they have a horrible personality and they don't change it? If that's you, does it eat you alive? Do you think about it? Does it circulate your brain? This isn't coming from a bashful place for me. It's coming from a place of trying to understand, and maybe you guys also can think. Start to think. Don't let all the background noise of society and social media and all these things just distract you from the issues in your own life, because so many people are living the lives of others. Everyone on social media you're watching, you're living their life and you're not living your own. And it just also makes you unhappy. Always remember, guys, the only person that can help you truly is yourself. Whatever your issue is with yourself, the only way you can truly get rid of it is to address it, to think about it. It all starts with your thoughts. Once you continue to think of something over and over, it gets stuck in your brain, and then your brain will start telling you, you have to do this. You need to do this. This is what you need to prioritize. So use your brains, guys. Stop letting distractions drown out your self-conscience. Start to think, guys. Just start to think. Step one, just start to think.